Hi everyone. I am creating this quick tutorial so that everybody can go ahead and create their Cengage courses in Cengage itself and determine what information you want your students to access once they get into your course. Now remember, the Cengage site is separate, and that's really complementary materials, videos, flashcards, games like the crossword puzzle, media quizzing, which in MindTap they call video exercises. But nonetheless, what you first want to start with is going to Cengage.com, as I've done here, and then go ahead and type in your email address that you have on record and of course your password. Sign in. Now the first thing you have to do is add a product to your Instructor Resource Center. You cannot use the custom ISBN. You have to use the original ISBN, which I will send you in an email along with this video. But I'm going to start by adding BUL 3130, and that number is 978-1285-42821. Because remember, thankfully with Cengage, the regular book is the same as, probably was just not contain any digital products. That can't be right. Okay, well, I guess I will be talking with Linda about that one. So we're going to go to BUL 3310. 812858637. Okay, so this one is for BUL 3310. As you can see, it went ahead and it pulled up the ISBN, and we have digital products for this. Now, what we're going to do is we want to go ahead and add a CourseMate, because this particular book is not in MindTap. The book for BUL 2241 is a MindTap book. Is going to be a MindTap resource. So instead of clicking CourseMate when you go in to set up BUL 2241, you're going to actually click MindTap. Cengage testing. Go ahead and click on that. And, oh, I'm sorry, and Business Law Digital Library. So let's go ahead and add those selected to Instructor Resources. And that's if you want your students to utilize the digital library. That's entirely up to you what you want them to do with that. Now, what's nice is it's pretty much now it's loaded this book into your Instructor Resources page. So now what you can do is you can go back into, where am I? What should let me create the course? Well, now this is interesting. Let's go here. Okay, so it's not giving us, here it is, create a course. Okay, so what you do with CourseMate is different from MindTap. In MindTap, you actually create it from your home page. In CourseMate, you have to actually click on CourseMate, as you just saw, and then hit create a course. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to create a course if you're teaching BUL 3310. And what we're going to do is we're going to put in the course title, and you can just put in BUL 3310. Your section number, whatever section number it is that you're teaching, and as you can see, the system does want you to put in a section number. I am not teaching BUL 3310, so I'm not going to do that, but what you would need to do is put in your section number. Usually you have at least 24 students enrolled. That's your estimated enrollment. And then you're going to put your academic year term, which is fall 2015. If you are meeting, go ahead and put the days that you're meeting. If not, then don't worry about it. It's not required. And then if you want to be able to have students view their performance, you can. But remember, this is just additional material, so you really don't have to do that. I can't click next because, well, actually, let me just put in some numbers and see. Just go ahead because I can remove it. Okay. So now what it's done is it's gone ahead and it's generated this information, right? So now this is the student course key that's created. So what this means is instead of giving them the MindTap information, that instructional sheet, you actually need to copy this. I'm going to send you a PowerPoint. And what you'll need to do is you'll need to modify the PowerPoint, the Cengage PowerPoint, put in this course key in place of the course key that is presently in the PowerPoint, and then you can go ahead and load that PowerPoint into your course. Okay, so then you're done, you have that. And now if you go home, you already have the course actually created. Okay, and that's how students will get to it. So here's your course, okay, or right here. And that's your live course that's created. So if you are adding a MindTap, which is going to be different, if you're using MindTap, then what you're going to be doing is going at it from a different direction. Let's see if I can get there. Go ahead and put the ISBN for that in. So I'll just create another 2241 course so you all can see how to do that one for MindTap. And the course ISBN. And remember to use the student ISBN number too, please. Not the instructor. Okay, so what it did was now it brought me to this library right here. And what we want to do is you want to check MindTap Law, 2 terms, Cengage Learning and Testing, and if you want, you can click on the digital library, but that should come with everything else that we just checked. And we're going to do Add Selected. And now we have our book. So now what you can do is you can go ahead, as you can see, I've already created my course, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to create another course, and we're going to do Create New Course. I'm going to name this Business Law 1. I know this is the one I'm going to delete. And then my start times. Again, remember the start times are really important for MindTap in particular, but for all of them, because once the students get into the class, if for some reason they can't access or buy their books initially, which happens a lot with our veterans and sometimes with some of the students getting financial aid, they can get a 3-week subscription free of charge so that they at least have access for 3 weeks until their financial aid comes in. So I'm going to start this on the 13th of August, and then my end date I'm going to put for, because this is a 16-week class, I'm going to put for December 11th. Course days and times, I'm going to be meeting Tuesdays. My time zone is going to be Eastern, of course. And then my section number, I'm just going to throw in a section number just to have one in there. And then I'm going to create my course. And what's really nice is once I've done that, I come to this page, the course is created, and I have a student registration URL, so they can go ahead and we can give them this URL so they get directly to their course. And there's also print instructions, which is awesome. I'm going to cancel that. And then what I always do is I do a Control-A, so I copy it all, and then I put it into a regular Word document, and then I can load that Word document into my course. So remember, it's important that the students understand the course key is not the course access code. Before they can even get into our course in Cengage, they still have to go ahead and log their course access code so that they can get to this point. So that's nice, and that's what it does. And it also gives you the course key here is an independent course key if you want to go ahead and pop that in as well. So those are, that's the way that you actually set up your course in Cengage, and what's nice about it is that once this is done, students can go directly into your courses. Now, let's see. It will take me back home. Oh, it always does that. I don't know why it always times out like that. Here we go, home. All right, so if I'm back home, there's different ways depending on the book. Here's a resource index, here are games, interactive flashcards, whatever you want to do. If in fact you want a student to take a media quiz, because in CourseMate they're called media quizzes, in MindTap they're called video exercises. You can go to games and you can set up crossword puzzles if you want. Interactive quizzing, which is really your media quizzing. They can do. You can go to Resource Index, and when you go to Resource Index, that's, I'm sorry, where you actually get the media quizzing. So if you wanted them to take a media quiz for Chapter 6, that's what you would tell them to do. And what they'll do is they'll watch that a little 5-minute video clip, and then they'll answer 5 questions on it. It's just a nice way for the students to get some additional fun, different way of learning, and earn some points at the same time for the class. So that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, of course, don't hesitate to contact me or Linda Leonardo. She's looking at setting up a WebEx meeting with everybody if you all are into that, and we'll get that going. Thanks so much, everyone.